Okay, we are live. Just waiting to see who's joining me this morning. It's a bit windy out here on my balcony. I can see that there are 4 people joining me early. Let me just sort out my gear. There we go. Give me a wave. Say hi. Let me know who's here, who's joined me. It's as you can see, it's still dark. It's hi Sarah. Good morning. Give me a thumbs up. Let me know that you can hear me okay. I'm pretty sure everything's working. But hi, Catherine. Hey, g'day. All right, so it's 6:41 a.m. here in Malacca. And as you probably know, we've been in Malacca since the 17th of January. Sunrise here is scheduled, I think, for 7:25. So excellent. I'm glad you can hear me. It'd be kind of annoying if I was just moving my mouth and nothing was coming out. All right, so let's have a look at what Malacca looks like this morning. Can you see that? That's through the glass on my balcony. There we go. And there's the pool for the Hilton down there. And let me see, what else can we see? I'm seeing what you see through the reflection in the glass. There we go. So still early, not quite sunrise yet. We're still about half an hour or so, 3/4 of an hour away from. I just noticed there's a moon up there. Where is it? It's up there somewhere. No, can't get that angle right. Hi, Joanne. Hi, Ronnie Lynn. Good morning. So just an update. We've moved apartments. We're next door to where we were before, and I'm facing a slightly different direction. Well, only because the furniture is opposite to what it was next door. Because we were getting bad bathroom smells. It was coming from above, so we managed to get moved next door. So that's good. It was lucky that we've got the same owner. Same owner owns the 2 apartments, and it was vacant, so that was really easy to do. Um, and painless because we're traveling light and we didn't have very much to move. So it happened very quickly in about 10 or 15 minutes, and all is well now. So that's good. All right. So what's news in my part of the world? What have we? We've been really busy, but we've actually not achieved very much. So slow traveling changes everything. You don't have that pressure on you to go out and see uh, lots and lots of things. You can just take your time. But the trap of that, of course, is that you say, oh, well, we'll do that tomorrow. And then the next day you go, oh, well, we'll do that tomorrow. And then all of a sudden you find that you're running out of time. So you've moved further, Joanne. You've moved cities. Now you're in Warsaw. Okay, excellent. I saw that you caught up with, is it Olga? No, hang on, let me think. Who's the guide there that you caught up with? So that was really good that you managed to catch up with a guide in while you're in Poland. Amazing. What else have we been doing? We've been to see a couple of temples. We've been to see a couple of markets, and I've got lots and lots of footage. Olga, that's right. Yes, looked like you had a lovely time with her. Um, Taken lots of footage. I saw monkeys yesterday. You might have seen that on a Facebook post I made in Going Places Virtually. So I'm really excited to bring you that. That was at the St. John's Fort, and I'm putting together the footage for that, along with what else am I working on at the moment? Oh, the Chinese temple in Yonker Street. So that's great. Lots of stuff coming down the line eventually once I get it all ready. All right, so 6:45, we're here now. Looks like we've got a starting crowd. So why don't we start with what I was going to start with was the view from our apartment block in while we were staying in Kuala Lumpur. So that was a 37-story building, and we had views of, well, we had 360-degree views from the the uppermost floor. There was a barbecue area up there, and just a sort of a sitting space with table and chairs and what have you that you could go up to, that was free for the whole apartment block to use. And from there we could see the Petronas Tower. We could also see the tallest tower in Kuala Lumpur, which is the tower is the telecommunications tower, the 7th tallest in the world. And we could also see the recently completed Merdeka 118, which is the second tallest building rather, in the world, behind the Burj Khalifa. So these were all visible from the floor of our the top floor of our apartment building. So I'm going to drop that in, and we'll have a little look at that, and I'll talk you through it as we go through it. Let me just bring that up, and we need to pop in here, go here, and we have the name of our building was Ceylons, which is a really strange name, in my opinion. So, as I said, this is the 37th floor. I'm just going to pause it about here. So what we're seeing there on the left-hand side of the screen, I seem to have let down my video in this one. Hi, Corinne, because it looks like I missed out on the very top of the tower. But that's called KL Tower, Kuala Lumpur Tower, and it's the 7th tallest tower in the world. It's 420 meters tall, and right at the very top there's a viewing platform that you can go up into, and down at the bottom there is a park that you can walk through as well. And then in the middle there is the actual Petronas Tower. Right in the middle of the screen is the Petronas Tower, but we're seeing it side on from this vantage point. So it looks like a single tower, but it's just because of the situation we're in relation to the actual tower. Oh, there we go. There's the top of the building. So here's this sort of nice entertainment space at the top of the apartment block that we were staying in. And of course, there's lots of buildings that I don't know the name of, like that one with the blue top, for instance. So I'll move around the top level. There's the barbecue area. And then out through here, this is Merdeka 118, which was just completed in November last year. And that's the second tallest building in the world. So then we go back around the other side. Once again, we can see the KL Tower, the Petronas Tower. And then as we move around this level, there's all this garden up the top there. I hope these trees don't get too big. It might cause some structural damage. And once again, we come around to see the Merdeka 118. Now this building is 679 meters in height, and it was built to represent, or is inspired by the first Prime Minister of Malaysia, and that's supposed to look like his arm raised as he's declaring Merdeka, which means independence. So he was giving a speech when he became first Prime Minister, and that is supposed to represent him. quite a beautiful building. And we can see that from our room. And it's also the different facades. Hi, Joyce. Good morning. It looks like I added a little bit from the pool as well. That was 2 floors down. There's me in the pool. I forgot I added that bit. All right, so that was just a little intro to the 3 different buildings that are significant. There are more, but those 3 in particular, the Petronas Towers, the Medica 118, and the KL Tower. So welcome anyone who's just joined. Hi everyone, and we're going to move into, just before we head off to the Petronas Towers, what I want to show you is literally walking distance from where we were staying was a small temple, Hindu temple. And because we were there during Pongal, which is one of the Hindu, Tamil-inspired Hindu festivals, every morning there was a ceremony or a service, and there was the chanting and the bells, and the monks were there, and people were coming in and praying. And I asked permission. They gave me permission to film inside the temple, so that was rather special. So let's just show you a little bit about that. It's been there. It was the first temple in Malaysia. It's been there since 1897, and it's called the Court Hill Sri Ganesha Temple. And you'll notice that there are a lot of elephants depictions. The elephant god Ganesha is takes center stage in this little temple. So let's take a look at that. And that's the view from where we had breakfast, looking across the temple. And people could buy these half coconuts with wax in as candles to take across to the temple. You wash your feet before you go in, and you can purchase these garlands. So a service was held every morning and every evening. That's a banana. And you'll notice all the different depictions of the Ganesha. At some points I was a little reluctant to film with other people, obviously praying, so I didn't want to have the camera directly up. And coconuts and conch shells seem to be the big items that are used, that are important to their ceremonies here. So the conch shell apparently is seen as the vessel that holds the divine spirit. I'm not sure what the center piece here is made of, but it looks like some kind of dark granite or basalt or something of that nature. And then along the back wall we have the numerous depictions of the Ganesha god in different poses. Hindu temples love to use color. There's lots of color. So of course, all of these poses would have some kind of meaning, and unfortunately, I don't know enough about the religion to even attempt to interpret these different poses for you. But you can see the animals um, depicted as well. And then here are the conch shells, and they're filled with water. And it's the only temple apparently that actually incorporates the conch shell on a daily basis into their services. He's mopping the floor and obviously get a little bit of spill around there from time to time. And these are the guys at the front entrance who I asked permission before I went in. All right, so that was the little Hindu temple. I found it lovely. We walked past there every day that we were staying in Kuala Lumpur, and I really enjoyed the opportunity to be able to go in there and see the space. It was very beautiful. Okay, so now we head off to the Petronas Towers, and we start from. I've actually got more than one video to show you here. We actually start off from where we had dinner. So we approach the towers, we walk through the mall, and so you'll see as we go. Let's take a look at that. What did you think of the temple, by the way? Are you happy for me to incorporate more of these wherever I'm given permission to bring that to you so that you can see it? I don't like to do a really long session on it, so that's why I'm incorporating it into these sort of tours rather than devoting it specifically like just to the temple or the service. I do too, Joanne. I really do. And there's so much beauty in them. We're surrounded by little mosques around this area. Every morning we hear the call to prayer. And I don't know where it's coming from. I've tried to identify whereabouts the actual call to prayer is coming from, but I still haven't figured it out. All right, let's have a look at these. They are, aren't they, Sarah? They're really beautiful. Okay, so the first one is, let's see. Yeah, this one here. Okay, let's have a look at this one first. So that's where we had dinner, right across the road, and there's these huge screens advertising. They're quite beautiful, quite stunning. And then there's the tower. There it is right there. Ganesh is the only Hindu god I always remember. Yeah, I think there's a reason for that, Joanne. Anyone I remember as well. Very definitely unique. Alright, I confess that I did a little bit of editing in this video because that way and over there my recording was, or I included some long boring. And there's the beautiful Petronas Towers. So it was once the tallest building in the world. Now it's at position number 21. So it's been overtaken by quite a few constructions, mainly in the Middle East, I believe, some in China. I do have that was quite some billboard wrapped around the building. That took 6 years to build. Now, I'll come onto some facts later, but apparently two different companies. One Japanese company did one tower, and a Korean company did the other tower, and they raced each other to get it completed. These little purple scooters were everywhere. They're hired via an app, and just note the colour of the sky. It becomes relevant. That's all I'll say. Absolutely gorgeous building. It's just once you get there and you're standing underneath it, it's just incredible looking building. It's owned by a petrol company. Petronas is an actual oil company.
So do you think you can walk through here or not?
So we're trying to get to the other side of the Petronas Towers, to where the little lake is, and where the water and light show is
Go
going to
over
be.
here.
And I wasn't aware that there is a shopping mall underneath this point. It's advertising for some international shuttlecock competition.
Shuttlecock?
They do, don't they, Ronnie Lynn? I'll tell you a little bit about the design a little later, but yeah. The shape is significant, but not from this aspect. Yeah, so Petronas is I just really like the lady with the sari there. I wanted to get her in. Petronas is a petrol company or an oil company, and as you enter the public area here, that was a Formula One car. Right above your head. So all your brands are here again, all your Gucci's and your Fendi's and all the upmarket labels that you get to see in a high-priced shopping mall. And then down below we have, we're getting ready for Chinese New Year, so all the colours are out and the decorations for Chinese New Year are coming out. So that's obviously the centre part in between the two towers. That's the top of it there, from inside, of course. And this thing here is obviously for Chinese New Year as well. So we we exited the mall at this point, and then we headed around the side of the lake, and this one you'll enjoy this one. You'll enjoy this one. I won't spoil it. So we found where the lake is, where the light show, the water, sound, and light show is going to be. And at this point, we're just trying to figure out, because it's still about half an hour away. We're just trying to figure out where's going to be the best place to stand. And that sky, keep an eye on that sky. You hear that? People running. Yep, we're heading for cover. And it rains. That's just not the sound of the fountains you can hear. It's rain as well. And it rains. And we stood there and we wondered whether we should stay there. And it rained harder. and lightning. And thunder. It had only just started, Sarah. So this is at about, let me think, that was about 6:30, 7 o'clock at night. And we headed into the Petronas Towers, specifically to see the light show. And we're standing there going, okay. But you know, notice the fountains have been turned off now as well. We're standing here going, this isn't going to happen. What's the point? Should we stay? Apparently, more frequently than you'd imagine. Apparently, it's quite common for it to rain, have an afternoon thunderstorm. We kept watching our weather app the whole time we were in Kuala Lumpur, and Singapore for that matter, because you just never knew exactly what it was. And you can't even see the tops of those buildings over there at the moment. The clouds sitting so low. And we waited. It looked like it was easing at this point. Oh, look, the rain's almost stopped. And of course, behind us is quite an upmarket cafe. And I think the customers were getting annoyed that all these people were standing in front of it. The more thunder. That building over there, you're right in the middle of your screen now, that's a reflection. So that's a reflection of another building that you're seeing on its surface. Look, the fountains have come back on. We're feeling really positive at this point. Amazing. It's all go. It's going to be good. And then they went off again. And then that happened. Right about this point, Richard has said, I'm calling it. He's gone, it's not going to happen. And even if it does, where are we going to stand? We can't stand anywhere. We don't have any rain protection ourselves. We don't have an umbrella or a raincoat. So right about this point, Richard made the call, and we we left. We left and we headed for the front entrance of the building, and started trying to find grab rides and what have you. And it was only because we had a stuff up with the grab ride. The first one, just he couldn't find us. Where he thought he was picking us up from was different from where we had said we wanted to be picked up from. So he bailed, and then a second one failed to turn up as well. And then the rain stopped, and we went back, and we had literally minutes to get back to the other side of the building. So here we go. Let's see. This one here. No, quite right, Joanne. Me neither. So those two pictures I took while we were waiting for the grab. And then we just made it out just as the lights came on out the front, out this side of the building. Well, I think it makes you a lightning rod to hold an umbrella under a thunderstorm, doesn't it? Now look at this. Have a look at this. It is so beautiful. So apparently it was an Argentinian architect. Who was commissioned by Mahathir to come up with a significant building for Kuala Lumpur. It wasn't originally intended to be the tallest building in the world, but when Mahathir realised that they were so close to being the tallest building in the world, he asked the architect to raise the height. And the design looking down from directly from down is based on the 8th star, so it has relevance to Malaysia. So if you can imagine two squares, one, did you see the lightning there in the background? Two squares, one turns slightly rotated slightly to form an 8-pointed star. That's what the design is meant to look like when you look directly down onto the footprint of it. Now at this point I'm walking and pointing the camera backwards, trying to keep these coloured mountains in frame because we wanted to get to where there was a little bridge so that we could look back towards the tower. Oh, Joanne, that would be horrendous. Look at that. Did you see that? And don't forget you can replay this and go back and grab that as a postcard. So the light show plays for about half an hour. And I'm not giving you half an hour, don't worry. And then at 8 o'clock, here it is again. That's incredible with those towers. You've got the lightning behind. At 8 o'clock, they have a music and light show. It's quite hypnotic. Just the way the fountains come up one after the other, and the rainbow colours across it. You just sit there and it's quite just melodic and hypnotic. It's half an hour just of that. And at this point, I wasn't using my gimbal either because we rushed to get back in. This is all handheld, so I apologise for the slight little, movements here and there. Heading to Bangkok, Joanne, so I'll keep an eye out for that one as well. Now I've got a few facts for you. So the original proposed design was to be 427 metres high, but when Dr. Mahathir realised with a few adjustments it could become the tallest building in the world, he pushed for the height to be raised in every way possible. So many structural facts had to be recalculated and retested in wind tunnels. However, increased height was achieved without adding any floors, but instead adding a small dome with an integrated pinnacle atop the towers, so reaching 452, surpassing the Sears Tower at the time. It's at Icon Siam. Oh, thanks, Joanne. I am going to bookmark that as soon as I finish here. So the whole complex was built on a former racing track. It says a project this big would usually require 8 years, but Malaysian budget only accounted for 6. In order to meet this big deadline, 2 construction consortiums required, 1 for each tower, and those were the one Japanese and 1 Korean tower that I mentioned before. So Tower 1 was built by a joint venture led by Japan's Kazama Corp, and Tower 2 was built by a joint venture led by Korea's Samsung Engineering. Each floor has to be constructed one at a time as the 2 companies race towards the sky. In order to stay on budget, each floor had to be constructed in 4 days. There's another lightning strike. Did you get that one? So Tower 1 construction began 1 month before Tower 2, but the Koreans finished first. Isn't it, Joanne? It's just incredible. It says Koreans got Tower 2 pretty straight, however Tower 1 was an inch off vertical. So to correct the problem, the next 16 floors were slanted back 0.2 of a centimetre. Let me see what else is interesting here. It took 3 days to lift the sky bridge up to the 41st floor. The first attempt was marred by a short circuit of the plane through lightning flashes that came with the typical KL thunderstorm. Oh, which we're watching right now. So the sky bridge was left hanging in the air until they repaired the crane and tried again the next day. The sky bridge was designed as a fire escape, allowing occupants to move to the other tower in case of a fire alarm. Did you see that one? Oh, I love the lightning strike behind the building. It's just incredible. There are 32,000 windows with UV and solar radiation sphere in both towers. It takes 2 months to clean them all. This one's interesting. French Spider-Man Robert Alain climbed the thing without any equipment twice. First time in 1997, the authorities knew about his intent and were prepared to stop him. Yet the police noticed him only when he was halfway through the climb. They managed to catch up with Spider-Man and arrest him only on the 60th floor. And scenes from Entrapment with Sean Connery and Catherine Zeta-Jones was filmed here in 1999. And I think there was a James Bond movie filmed here as well. So the main occupant of the buildings, of course, is Petronas, the national oil company. Okay, here's the start of the music show. Absolutely, you could say that, Sarah. The show is called Symphony, and the next item is an interesting choice. Let's put it that way. That's it, Sarah. The music's drowned out by the sound of the water, isn't it? All right, so that was it. I actually think the towers and the Mother Nature stole the show on that one. The light show seemed like it was just there to as fill on that occasion. But yeah, what did you think? Did you enjoy it? Thanks, Ronnie Lib. All right, so what we're doing today is we're going to rush out and have breakfast and be back in an hour to get a ride into the city. We're doing one of those guru walks, free walking tours of the city today. So we have to meet him in Yonka Square, Dutch Square, at 10 to 9, and it's 7:35 now. So we're going to head off to breakfast. But let me just show you what the day's looking like today. Oh, let me get back to full screen first of all. Get rid of that. So here's what the day is looking like for us today. It's looking pretty nice. I think we're going to have a pretty nice day. Hopefully it's not going to be too hot. And I hope to get some ideas to do tours based on what we see today, and lots of great information. So stay tuned. We're still in Malacca for, let me see, we leave here on the 12th of February. So we're here till the 12th of February. We're here for another 12 days. Thank you so much, Ronnie Lynn. Thank you, Joanne. Thank you, Corinne. I'm glad you enjoyed it. And I'm going to shoot off now. We're going to go and have breakfast. So have a great day, everybody. Love you lots. Thanks. Bye for now.